it's Liz Yuille from Old Staples Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today for another Inspire Create challenge. And this is the card that I'm going to show you how I made today. I'm using the Special Someone stamp set from the Spring Summer catalogue. And I am also using, these went live yesterday, the Special Day dies. These are £27. The stamp set from memory is 16. So between the two, that's £43. Spend £2 more and you can get a sale-a-bration item. So the other thing to know, going into the annual catalogue, as are these. So if you get them now, sale-a-bration, just saying. Okay, so the dies we get. A squirrel, a mouse, a raccoon, a speech bubble, some balloon strings, 2 hearts, 2 balloons, 2 small flowers, 1 large flower, 2 little bows that are extra, the grass is extra, speech bubble extra, the extra flowers, and there is a string for the balloon, so this string here, which I'm going to be using in a moment. Well, not using, but showing you how to use it. And sorry, my thing is annoying me, it's not square. There's a trick. So lots and lots of dies to go with this set. I love these little butterflies too. But yeah, so it's 2-step stamping, or you can use it with Memento ink and then your Stampin' Write markers. So there are options. But let me show you how I started. So I'm going to start with the background. Measurements are on my website, and there's a link to that immediately below, and it will take you to this post. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my aqua marker, balmy blue and granny apple green, and I need ink in the lid for both so that I can do my background. So yes, this is an Inspire Create Challenge event, which we've got our theme, because, you know, we always have something going on. Our theme today is anything goes, do whatever you want, which is great to an extent, because, so I've just put some water down because I want this to move. The problem with anything goes is there's nowhere to start. So yeah. Sometimes that can be a problem. Right, between colours, I'm going to clean off my brush with just a cloth and just squeeze water through, and then pick up some balmy blue, and I'm going to start sort of in the middle of my wet patch for the balmy blue and move down to, but not into, the granny apple green. Because I don't want to mix them deliberately. I want them to move into each other a wee bit, but not, I don't want it a big mix. Pick up a bit more, I think. I want a little bit more up the top here. And as you can see, I'm using quite a lot of water, which is why I'm using the watercolour paper. It might be all right on the shimmery white, but not convinced. Definitely not on the ordinary cardstock. Water and ordinary cardstock, not a great mix. So this I need to dry. I'm going to give it a quick blast, and then I will carry on stamping. While I'm doing this, do remember to subscribe so you don't miss any posts. So just give it a quick blast just to help it on its way. And that should be enough. So I'm going to pop that on my floor, which is stone cold, although normally it's actually warm. For some reason it's a bit stone cold today. Right, I am going to use the Stamparatus to do my 2-step stamping. It makes it easy, particularly if you want to make more than one of your card, because you only have to line things up once. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab a scrap and move my card out of the way, bring in a colour I know I'm not going to use, except I am going to use that colour. So we'll not do that. We will bring in... Now, isn't that odd? Okay, it's not odd. I mean, it is odd, but it's odd. I will explain why in a moment. So previously I wasn't sure which colour I was going to use, and I thought I was going to use Blueberry Bushel and Balmy Blue, but apparently I've used Call Me Clover and Granny Apple Green, which is fine, but not what I thought I'd planned. Okay, so that's fine. Not that I need either of these for this particular bit, because I'm going to be stamping the squirrel. So I don't even know why I went there. Right, okay, so the first thing for the squirrel is his background, is his solid bit, which I'm doing in terracotta tile, and that is because I'm going to be doing a, in inverted commas, red squirrel. There used to be a lot more red squirrels in the UK, but they're not thriving as well as they used to. They're, the grey cousin is not doing anything to harm them other than to use their food stocks. So they're not beating each other up. So photopolymer, particularly solid photopolymer, can bring the card up. So just push your bone folder, preferably a clean one, in underneath and hold your card down, and it just holds it in place. Then I'm going to grab my, actually, do you know what? Because I've planned to do blue, I'm going to do blue for my balloon, because I've done some Blue Peter bits. So we're going to go blue. It's fine. We're going to have an alternative. Right, so for the fur, I'm going soft suede. So just ink that up. And this is what you would stamp if you wanted to use your stamping blends. And just pop that down and push quite hard, because it needs to do all the areas. And there we are, beautifully lined up and everything. So let me take that away and bring in my balloon, which is covered in fluff. Hey ho. Right, so I'm going to just flip my card over, and I'm going to go in with, I decided I was going blue, didn't I? Balmy Blue. I know why I decided I was doing Granny Apple Green, but I've prepped Balmy Blue, so we'll go Balmy Blue. So Balmy Blue, and again, bone folder. And flip round, and I'll switch ink pads, because I now need my Blueberry Bushel, which I will need again, but I'll close it for the moment. And don't know, that's lined up beautifully, but no, I need to be a bit more this way, but it's fine, because as I say, I have done a bit of a Blue Peter special. So let me remove those and that, and get rid of my Stamparatus for the moment. And right, don't need that. So the only other stamping I need to do, where's my scrap gone? I had a scrap, there we are, one scrap. I need to stamp the sentiment, which is not the one I've got here. I'll be using that one later. Whoop. So I didn't clean off my stamps, that was very naughty of me. Right, so this balloon is special, says the squirrel. So this balloon is special, which I will then clean off, because I'm going to have to pick up another stamp. Because on the inside I want to stamp something different. grab an inside. Do you know I had an inside just now? There it is, it's buried under all the stamping. So on the inside I'm going to put, because it's filled with Yuille. I know, it's corny to say the least, but that's fine. Oh, I don't know why I'm putting that away, because the other stamping that I need to do is my string, and this is where I say there is a key to when you come to die cutting. So stamp my string, pop this away. So let me get the string die. So this is the string die, and what you need to do is you can line up the top quite easily, and then when you line up the bottom you need to get the colour that you are stamping. You need to be able to see through this hole here. If you don't, it's not going to die cut it properly. It's going to be skew with. Fortunately, I don't have to do that live, because here's my balloon, here's my speech bubble, and my string and my squirrel. So I've got all the bits that I need to finish the card. Other than I need to do a little bit more stamping, because I'm decorating my balmy blue background, she says, having just remembered. Where's my flower? I thought my flower was out. My flower is out. Where have I hidden my flower? I've hidden it under some stamping. Right. This is ridiculous, 11 minutes and I've done almost nothing. So I'm just going to ink up the flower head, because all I'm going to do is come in from the side and just pop some flowers round the edge so that there is a bit of a pattern on the... Actually, if I come in that way, then I don't get the stem, because the stem goes into the middle. Don't you love that I've only just worked that out? Oh, apart from there. Huh. Other side, that irritates me. Right, I'm going to stop that idea. I'm going to do my corners first, then I'm going to go the other way. Because if I can get my corners done, then the other bits will be fine coming in the way. And as I say, I'm just building up a bit of a pattern around the edge. Probably need to be squarer on. And I don't want it to be too regular, which is just as well really, because it's not. So it's almost as if it's tone-on-tone designer series paper, which you could use. You could use the designer series paper maybe from the subtle stack, which is in the annual catalogue, which is the 6x6 pack of papers. I think we sometimes forget particularly about those stacks, but also there's stuff in the annual catalogue, guys, that we kind of forget. Right, okay, so that's that done. Let me grab my pretty much dry piece of card, and I need glue. Glue! There's glue. This is actually one I did earlier, and my camera ran out, so I'll go with the one I've just done. Again, it's one of the joys of paper. It's got two sides. Now, I am using more glue than I would normally use on a standard mat. Because it's watercolour paper, it would have a tendency to curl a wee bit. I have got it reasonably flat, but just in case. Right, so that's that. Done! Hurrah! Okay, so let me grab... I've got a new lighting set up, and I'm going to be interested to see what you guys think about it. Whether it works better for you or not. I'm hoping the answer is it does, but I'm not used to where the lights are. I've actually now got 3 lights going, but I've bought 2 new ones, which are here, and then I've still got one of my daylight lamps over the top, and I'm hoping it's going to give me better lighting. I'm not convinced yet. I may have to have another fiddle, but now this is where you need to decide, are you going to go that way or that way? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim off the very top of that die cut, because what I want is, that's the knot of the balloon, and what I want to do is grab my balmy blue pen, my Stampin' Right marker, and just colour in the bottom of the balloon. You don't have to, and you could use your aqua painter or a blender pen. And then I'm going to add a teeny weeny, actually no, I'm going to do it a different way around. I'm going to add a teeny weeny bit of dimensional on the back of my string. So teeniest weeniest tiniest bit of dimensional, and then I can make sure that that goes to his hand. Then a tiny bit of, actually I'm going to see if I can twist that off. Yes, just, I think I want it more there. Then a tiny blob of glue there, and then that goes on into his hand. Then a tiny, let's do this the easy way, let's take that off the back first. Tiny blob of glue just there, and this goes underneath, and then that will join up, and we've got the knot of the balloon. And then I just need a couple of dimensionals for my speech bubble, and I'm actually going to use a large and a small. So I want a large that end and a small that end. And then before I stick those on, I want to bring in my card blank. So this is Blueberry Bushel and a boon folder to get a good crease. Add this to my card blank. Now do remember, dimensions are on my blog post, which is linked below. I have got a list of what I've used in the description bar below here. I've also got that over on my blog. The link to the blog will take you straight to this project. You don't have to remember the date or any of that malarkey. It's a straightforward link. I've listed the products I've used. You'll also find the host code. That's what I was looking for. The host code. Oh, I know what I haven't done. Doesn't matter. On the previous one, I had inked the edge of the die cut, but I don't want to ink it twice. I want difference. So yes, if you use the host code, remember that if you're in the UK, you get a thank you gift and card, and also some product. So yes, always good to use the host code. You also go into my rewards program, and once you have got 10 rewards, you can choose up to £30 stamp set free. Actually, no, stamp set product. What am I saying? Up to £30 of product free. My brain is not working. Oh, I know what I didn't put on. Let me put that on, because it's cute. I've got one of the little bows. So let me grab my ink, my glue again, and actually I don't want to. No, I'm going to leave it off this one. I put it on the other one, but I'm going to leave it off this one. So there you are. Do you prefer the balmy blue without the bow or the Granny Apple Green with the bow? Do you prefer the inked version or the uninked version? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much indeed for watching. As I say, do remember to subscribe. It's in the bottom right hand corner. If you've enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. And if you're in the UK and would like to shop with me, I would be thrilled. As I say, great rewards program, and it's a way of saying thank you to me for making videos, she says, plugging. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching.